I want to tell you what we're going to do here this morning. So you're going to recognize the voice of this person because he has all, not she, has all of the knowledge of this. She does not want to come on the radio for fear that someone will recognize her voice. Understanding. She was a part of a pool, a bracket contest that so many people do every year and are doing right now, but discovered after the organizer won in year one and then won again in year two, the odds of that are like astronomical against it. And then in year three, decided to start screenshotting and realized this was being done online, pickhoops.com, that the organizer was cheating, changing the entries on his bracket. Scumbag. Anyway, Justin, who is a former producer of mine and ours here in studio, is someone who knows the female involved and is on the air with us right now to fill us all in. Good morning, Justin Cortez.
Good morning, Bill. Been a long time.
I know. Last night, as a matter of fact. We've been chatting.
Yep.
So it has a long time for Justin to be on the radio. And so you know the female, so we don't want to give away her identity because the fear is it kind of tags her for the employer, and you don't want any of this crap. So a little background. Tell me what you know here today. There has been a resolution. Am I correct? Yep. Yeah. That's it. I knew. Davey, can you call him quickly? Because I don't have his phone number right here. So while there has been a resolution.
While we're getting him back on the line, do you want to know what I found out yesterday about the legal?
On the legalities of it. So it is, by the way, it is not illegal to have a pool.
No, it's only illegal if someone's taking a cut of the money. That's where the bookmaking comes in. So if you did a bracket and 100% of the money is paid out at the end, whether it's $1 a bracket, $500 per
Doesn't
bracket.
matter. It could be a huge one. As long as all the money's paid out, it's legal.
It's 100%
Guess
legal.
what? This one is illegal because he's skimming. He's cheating.
I talked to him about that too. That could lead to a misdemeanor charge of basically conning people. And I asked about the difference on a petty charge and maybe a more significant charge like grand larceny, because the threshold for that is $1,000 or $1,200.
Yeah, this is $1,400 prize.
And what I was told though is because it's basically $10 per person. It's a misdemeanor.
So he stole $10. So he could face 14 counts of whatever.
Do you really think McNamara knows what he's talking about? I've studied law myself.
Well, what is he? He's a DA or something.
He's a
right?
DA.
What's that
mean? It's always nice to be able to get correct information, especially when we find out we're a little bit wrong. Let me go to Justin, who got back on the line right now. Good morning. So there has been a resolution.
Yeah, I guess everything went down yesterday.
Oh.
And so, yeah. I basically found out right after, my friend here went on the air yesterday morning. She called me to tell me that she was on the air with you. So that's how I'm involved here.
All right. So tell me, a lot of people gave advice, blow them in, go to the employer, go to the police, et cetera, et cetera. What was the final decision? And by the way, Manaski's one that was like, throw the book at this guy. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I told her to extort the winnings out of him.
A true Roman right there, folks.
Well, she did send an anonymous email. Well, not an anonymous. She sent one email to him with the proof and said, listen, I know what's going on. Here's the proof. Why were you doing this? I know that, like, your wife's in this. I know that your boss is in this. Why would you do this? I'm going to give you some time to explain before, I blow the doors in on you.
Yeah.
And the guy got back to her very quick, immediately sent her back the money for this year. In the email.
Which was how much? Which was how much? $10 or?
She put $30 worth of brackets in this year. And he emailed her back, and he was like, basically, in the email, he was like, I'm actually glad I got caught because this has been spiraling out of control, and I'm sick with guilt, and I'm glad I got caught, and I'm glad that you said that you were going to keep it from my wife and my boss. Let's come up with a solution between the two of us. I'll make sure that I don't win. I'll make sure you get all your money back. And as you remember, our friend that was on the phone yesterday, she came in second last year.
Yeah. That's $1,400 last year.
Yeah, he's bringing her $1,400 today.
Wow.
At work, supposedly. Which, I mean, when you think about it, kind of looks like a hush payment. Like, oh, you didn't tell my wife, here's $1,400.
I think Michael Cohen's looking for work.
Oh, this is a better story now.
I love I'm glad I got caught because this is spiraling out of control.
I can't contain myself anymore.
I could not stop myself from doing this.
Oh, man.
Again, do you buy that, Justin? I can't stop myself from doing this. I couldn't.
I mean, he didn't say that. The email specifically says, I don't know how it got this bad. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm just glad I got caught. And yes, I have been doing it in past years. And he actually sent a separate email, and he was like, I went back and I did start doing it in 2015. So
wow.
Make me a tally of everything I owe you from 2015 to now, including your winnings from last year. And
wow,
he was going to make good on it today. So she's probably
5 years.
Probably showing up to work, and she's going to have like $1,600 between all the brackets and the winnings.
Can I ask you a question? So he has won for 5 years or 4 years in a row?
No. What he was doing was, I think in the first year, he maybe changed enough games to get him into the money.
Okay.
Not enough to win. And then maybe the second year he got a little bolder. Or maybe the third year he got a little bolder. Because he had a second place finish in there in like 2015. Or a third place finish, something like that.
Okay. All right.
So she was mostly mad because last year
she was in second place.
First.
Yeah, she should have been first.
Yeah, and in this bracket, this pick hoops thing, you can actually click on your name and it tells you your chance of winning the money.
Yeah.
And I guess she looked and she was like maybe like an 85% chance to win the money. And then the next day she got up, she was like a 30% chance to win the money.
What?
So that's how she got skeptical in the first place.
All right.
And then, by the way, that was on a Tuesday when there weren't any games going on.
Quick question, Justin. So the girl who won last year, second place, how much money was that? Oh, you're saying would make good on the first place.
She should have been on first place.
Should have been in first place.
Yeah.
Right. So she got I believe it was $500 for second place, but first place was like $1,900. $1,400.
Okay.
So he's bringing her $1,400 today. He's not making her give the $500.
Wow.
He's bringing her the $1,400.
So there's another question, and maybe you might not know the answer to this, but
she's going to the casino later today.
He had referenced that your wife is into this in the note that she sent to him. Your wife's involved. Your bosses' bosses, their families. So his wife doesn't know that he's cheating, but technically he's cheating his wife out of this potential. Not that she's going to win, but so he's.
I mean, his mother-in-law, his son-in-law, his sister-in-law, his brother. Man. I mean, it's because he runs it. It's a lot of his family and like his direct bosses, and like I guess he's been there like forever. He's like the longest-running employee, from what I understand. And
well, she said yesterday
for like 2 or 3 years.
It was over 30 years that he was an employer at this employed at this place. So, and he's about to give all of that up if he were to be caught. Justin, how do we know someone else hasn't kind of become suspicious and gone online and done the same screenshotting? We really don't, right?
Well, this was my big topic of discussion yesterday because from what I was told, the boss's boss is a woman, but she's very into gambling. She's very into horse racing and things like that. So, and she's in like 8th currently. So we're thinking that this serious gambler, like the boss's boss, is in 8th, and she's possibly watching closely.
Yeah,
because
especially when you get closer to being winning.
Super competitive.
Yeah.
He wins a lot of things.
Somebody told me yesterday that the odds of somebody winning 2 years in a row the bracket is like astronomical.
Well, I guess so.
Well, you have about 0.5% of winning the first one. So
right,
about 0.5% chance of winning the first.
But it depends on how many people are in.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of people in this one, though.
Right. Unfortunately, we've done brackets here in this building where you get like 20 people.
But right, so
right,
250 people.
She told me it's 250 unique people, but most people have 2 or 3. So there's like over.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
Yeah, there's like over 400 total brackets.
Those odds change a bit.
Here's my question, and Justin, I want to know what you think about this. What you're advising this woman. Basically, this is a hush money payment. Right,
I mean, that's what it seems like to me.
This is don't tell everyone else that you caught me, and I'll make it worth your while if you keep this a secret. Is that the right thing to do here? Obviously, this person says for this year and going forward, they're going to stop the con job. But the last 2 years, they've ripped people off of about, upwards of $5,000 total.
Yeah, getting pretty close to $4,000 to $5,000. Actually, in the email, and I didn't tell you this, it's a key piece of information. In the email, he said, I will never run another pool at work again. Like, we do masters pools, like...
Oh, my goodness.
By the way, the cops get this story every. I'm glad you caught me, and I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
So, like, that was the thing is, like, why my friend is so worried about the boss's boss. Because the boss's boss really likes to be in these pools and really likes to win them. And, they do golf and World Series and Super Bowl and all that stuff. And this guy's kind of in charge of all of them. So now my friend here is skeptical, but she's still the only one that really knows.
Right.
Isn't that going to raise suspicion for that? He does it all these years. He organizes all these pools all these years, and I'm just going to stop
I don't think it'll raise
doing
suspicion because you'd be like, listen, I can't take the stress of this thing. It's too much work. I can't do it anymore. Somebody else has got to take it over. You're not using pickhoops.com because you can change the results in that. No, you're not using that. You got to go to CBS or something.
He actually suggested that she run the pool. Like the one who caught him cheating, he was like, "Why don't you just run the pool from now on?"
Wow.
It's like handing off the ring to Gollum or something,
Yeah. All right. Any other questions that we have? The only thing I fear is that if the boss's boss finds out, and then I wouldn't trust this guy to keep a secret. He spills the beans, saying, "Well, I gave just enough money back to be able to keep everything, so that I won't do it again, and I gave her money, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, wait a minute, she knew about it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she was going to keep it quiet for me. Now, how does the employer handle that? I worry that an employer would be like...
I agree, and there's also the possibility that this guy goes to the boss and says, listen, I made a mistake. I was extorted. And I was extorted for this money.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, it really...
In the mob.
You know my friend, Stormy Daniels. Wasn't Evanetti just nailed for...
extortion,
Extortion,
all kinds of stuff.
So,
He's not running for president.
No. All right.
He thinks he is.
Well, this has been a very interesting story, and it does tell us something here, Justin, right? That if you get into one of these brackets, find out where it's being, because you'd have to go to set yours up, but start screenshotting because you never know. Somebody could be cheating you.
And in hindsight, I actually realized that doing it digitally, it's easier to con someone than it is on the paper bracket.
Right.
You always think the digital stuff is safer. With the paper bracket,
you have one paper bracket. That's the end of it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so the opposite of how we've been trained to look at things.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add here to this crazy story, Justin?
Well, I think now I said it. She should have extorted him, but now it looks like she did extort him.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You know what you should do is tell her to give you a cut for representing her, especially she's going to come into some money here today.
And give her my number. She's a smart cookie.
She knows her brackets.
They don't. they're not known for giving Italians breaks for extorting people.
All right. Well, now we're narrowing it down. Now we know she's Italian. Okay. Now I totally know who it is. So, all right, Justin. Thanks for the update. I appreciate it and wish her the best. Okay.
And keep those emails.
All right.
Yes.
Keep those emails.
Absolutely.
Tell her.
Got a break at WIBX.